Hey guys, I'm Alex from technoclass.com, and today we're unboxing and reviewing the Cherry Mobile G1 Watchphone. This is a pretty cool product. This is a phone shaped like a watch, and you put it on your wrist and you can make calls and text from your wrist. As you can see right there, there is a nice resistive touchscreen display with a sort of a T9 keypad right there. Look at the specs right here. It says dual SIM standby, 1.44 inch 128 by 128 display right there, VGA camera, FM radio. We have to mention that is a misnomer, I guess. So it is pretty cool. 1,699 pesos. It is fairly inexpensive. That is because this is not a smartphone. It only has calling and texting and Bluetooth. It does come free with a Bluetooth headset, so that is extra value for the money. So let's check it out right now. See you guys after the break. Alright, so this is the box of the G1 Watchphone, and I don't know if you're pretty excited, but it is kind of an exciting product. That we have a wearable phone right now. Of course, there are a bunch of wearable devices out there that are pretty expensive. This is one of the cheapest ones, although it is not a smart watch by any means, by any sort of description or definition, nor is it sort of a standalone Android watch. It is just a basic sort of a phone on a watch. You don't pair it with a typical Android phone like most smartwatches are, but this is the actual product right here. As you can see, it does slide in, slide out right there. Nice little blue band right here. We got one in blue, obviously. We'll look for the battery and boot it. Alright guys, so first item out of the box is this guy. This is the Bluetooth headset, and you do press the button to make a call and end calls and stuff like that. It is fairly standard, you can see that there's a microphone over there and Bluetooth pairing. It is okay in the ear, and it is a nice added value to the package. I would say I'd give it a couple of hundred pesos, or maybe 400 or 500 pesos additional for this kind of guy, and it is free, so that's nice. I would say that the loop over here is not as ergonomic as I would like. That's not the shape of my ear. I would like it to be more curved. But yeah, that's it. This is the Bluetooth headset. Alright guys, so another extra cable in the box right here. Comes with the box is this little cable right here, USB thing. As you can see, it ends in the plug right there. This is for charging your USB headset, well, your Bluetooth headset. So you want that because you want your Bluetooth headset to get charged. So you just plug in like that, and then plug this to any USB source, and it will charge your Bluetooth headset. Here is a very, 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 very cute looking battery. As you can see right here, let's try and zoom in, focus that. 400 milliamp hour battery. That's enough for this kind of device. I mean, it is a pretty small device. Alright, so looking at the back here, there is a micro SD card slot with I just put in the 2 gig card I have. SIM 1, SIM 2, both are 2G. So let's just plug the battery in like so, and there we go. The back cover goes in like so. You do have to remember that this is there is no rating for this to be waterproof or water resistant like most watches are. And as you can see, the keypad is kind of scary to get water on, so you got to watch out for that. And as you can see, there's a pinhole button over there. Let's turn this on and look at the last thing in the box. And there we go. So it's booting up. Let's go over there. And here is the sort of the wall socket charger. Let's get that out of the plastic. There we go. Wall socket charger with a micro USB output. Now this guy gives you 400 milliamp hours, so it's not the fastest charger out there, but you don't need it because the battery is pretty small anyway. Alright guys, so here is the Cherry Mobile G1 Watchphone itself, and as you can see, you can unlock it and then lock it by doing like that. And that is the main menu right there. I'll show you the interface later. This is the 1.44 inch display, 128 by 128 pixels, resistive touchscreen, so you can touch that. So Cherry Mobile logo over there, a G1 logo over there, a bunch of button logos over there. It says menu, home, and back. That's not necessarily the case. But those are represented when you open up the device right there. Over on the top right here, there is a speaker grill where you can, if you want, you can actually talk to somebody by opening the phone and putting this next to your ears by going like this. And you can actually converse. There's a speaker grill right there. Somewhere here is a microphone. It's probably it. But I wouldn't recommend that. It's a little bit of a contortionist move to actually put this next to your ear. But if you do not want a Bluetooth headset all the time, you can do that as well. So that is the top right here. As you can see, a little bit of a plasticky bluish design. Not so bad looking actually. But it does seem a little bit more toyish than most most watches out there. Over on the left side, there is a micro USB slot, and I believe that is a pinhole microphone. Now the micro USB slot is a bit recessed in there, and you will notice on the charger that the actual USB plug is a lot farther than most micro USBs. That's because you need to plug it in there pretty deep to make a connection. So if you're using a different micro USB cable, you need to find one that is longer here. Anyway, that's it for the side. The watch, I don't know, wrist strap is pretty good. It is sort of rubbery in design, but it is fairly comfortable. It's not very warm. Over on the right side, you see there's a bunch of buttons here. There's a volume rocker up and down. There's the VGA camera over there. That's the VGA camera module, and this is the sort of call and then power on button. So you can also press that to lock the phone, as you can see right here. So it is a slider phone. So if you slide the phone right here, you can see the keypad over here, T9 input, with a D-pad over the right. The key returns are actually pretty good. You can feel it in your fingers, although it is very small. As you can see, this is my finger and those are the buttons. The buttons do light up, so that's pretty good. That's the call key, that's the end key over on the right. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, so this is what the watch phone looks like when you put it in your wrist. And that's what it looks like when you use it. It is pretty big, pretty thick on your wrist, but it is okay. Not a lot of people will notice it regardless, and it is pretty handy to have something on your wrist. It is a little bit more, you know, plasticky or maybe toy-like, so some people might think, you know, this might be for younger audiences or whatever. And one thing I will say is that if you are a female or maybe somebody with smaller wrists, this might look gigantic on you. I'm a bit of a bigger guy, so this is pretty decent on my wrist. So yeah, that's it for the design right here. Actually, the wrist strap is pretty long, so it does fit there. That's it for the design. Let's look at the interface really quickly. Alright guys, so here is the interface of the Cherry Mobile G1 watch phone. As you can see, you can navigate with the arrow keys right here, or you can actually just touch the display and have it do what you want. Although it is not very accurate because it is a resistive screen and you do have to poke it a little bit to get to the right little areas you want to hit. So as you can see, I'll go in call settings. I would probably just use this unless you close it and use the touchscreen display, as you can see right there. There is a setting there that enables or disables that when you close it, sometimes it will lock. There is a setting there in the menus where you can disable that. So that's what I have right now, so that I can use it while the phone, the slider is closed. And as you can see, that's the touchscreen right there. And here is a bunch of the menus. As you can see, it's got you know, Cherry Zone, services, games, contacts, messages, multimedia. Multimedia has, you know, MP3 player, video player, and stuff. There's a bunch of tools. Let me just navigate with this guy. Profiles, settings, call logs. As you can see, tools, tools, alarm, calendar, calculator, world clock. Sorry. Settings gives you call settings, phone settings, display. Let's lower the brightness here so you can see it better. There you go. So display, security, connections, and stuff like that. My files, you can actually access your SD card so you can play music and stuff like that. Audio player is your standard audio player, and that is the camera. You can turn on the camera by going like this, and as you can see, that's my hand. Alright, so let's just back out of that. Camera, Bluetooth, Cherry Zone. So Bluetooth supports Bluetooth headsets and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. Cherry Zone for some eFun Club and warranty. Services, it uses 2G if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. Games, it has Sokoban and Tetris. So that is it. Pretty standard, I guess, a pretty basic phone there, but it is pretty decent interface, pretty easy to use. And I like the touchscreen, although it's not easy to poke into. As far as the watch face goes, this is the only watch face you get. This is the sort of black numerals and the white background. And you can't change the watch face. You can't get any information like how many texts you have or voice calls, missed calls and stuff. So that's it. You have to unlock it to see stuff that you want to see. As far as getting calls and texts, it does vibrate and ring, but the ringtone is very low. The ring volume is very low. It does have vibration, so that's good when you have it on your wrist. When it vibrates, you at least know you're getting a call or a text. Alright guys, so here we are checking out the audio quality of the G1 Watchphone. And right now I'm paired with this Bluetooth little dongle I have right here. And it's going out to the speakers right here. So let's increase the volume a little bit. And that's the audio quality you're going to get from the speakers, from the Bluetooth quality of the G1 Watchphone. It's not very high quality. It is pretty usable, but the quality is so-so. I wouldn't say it's high quality. It's about, you know, below average or average quality right there. I wouldn't complain because this is just an inexpensive watch phone, and at least you can listen to your music in there. That's pretty good. Yep. Alright guys, so I think that's about it for the Cherry Mobile G1 Watchphone. I'm going to give you the pros and cons of this guy. Of course, this is not for everybody. I'm going to say that before I start, because, you know, not everybody needs a phone on their wrist, and obviously this is not a smartphone, so you're not going to get Twitter, Facebook, or whatever unless you use 2G, which I do not recommend. This is a basic phone, and it's a great one for people who like to commute a lot, because, you know, you have a phone, or you don't have to pull out your phone if it's an expensive phone, or if you don't want to fish out your phone every time you get a text. This is a great one. You just look at your watch. So the pros and cons here is definitely it's a handy phone on your wrist. It's fairly comfortable on the hand, as you can see right on my wrist right here, even if you have a large hand. It's reminiscent of Power Rangers. A lot of people will say Power Rangers when they see this guy. Good battery life. I get about 2 days on both SIMs. If I plug in both SIMs, I get about 2 days, 3 days battery life. That will lower if you use Bluetooth a lot. So another pro is the free Bluetooth headset over here, which is not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best Bluetooth headset I've tried, but it is a free one, so that's pretty good. I would recommend getting one of my dongle, because you can get stereo sound. And then voice call recording. It does support voice call recording, so it will record. If you turn it on, it will record your voice calls, which is very handy. All right, so talking about the cons here, the number one complaint people have about this is low ringtones, ring volume, so you will need to turn on the vibration if you want to hear it when it's ringing. Not best for texters. The buttons are simply too small for texting. It's a little bit awkward to actually type with this position right here, so that's a bit of a, I guess, a negative right there. All right, so another con right here is it's probably too big for some, especially for the fairer sex. I'm not saying that the fairer sex are smaller people, but, you know, they might prefer a smaller watch. And I'm not sexist. I might say that some guys might actually find this pretty big as well. Of course, this is a little bit more toyish than most phones as well, so that's another thing. So probably wouldn't wear this to a wedding unless, you know, you want to look kind of interesting. So low audio quality on the Bluetooth pairing. I think that the DAC, the digital audio converter thing, on this guy is just not high enough quality, but I wouldn't complain. This is very inexpensive, 1,700 pesos. I wouldn't expect a lot of very expensive chips in there for audio, but it is usable. Just don't expect, you know, high quality audio out of it. So the FM radio doesn't work. That's a little bit of a weird misnomer, especially since the box says FM radio. The FM radio actually does exist in the menus right here, in the multimedia area, but you can't open it because it requires a headset plugged in. And if you looked at all the parts, there's no way to plug a headset in except for the micro USB port. You will need a different micro USB type headset to make the FM radio work, which is kind of weird. But it does have FM radio, it's just not working out of the box. And then last con here is watch out for water, because, you know, I don't think this is waterproof right here. Most of the bag isn't, you know, watertight. So I wouldn't splash this in water. I mean, I have washed my hands while wearing it, I did not intentionally splash it with water, so maybe it got a drop or so somewhere on the screen, but not, I didn't intentionally dip it in water. So I wouldn't recommend doing that as well, because it is not watertight. So that is it. If you're a sweaty guy, you might want to watch out for that. So yeah, that is it for the Cherry Mobile G1 Watchphone. It is a fairly interesting phone. I'm getting pretty cramped up while holding it like this, because it's not this, I'm not built to hold it in front of a camera like that. Anyway, so that's the G1 Watchphone. It is a fairly cool phone. Not for everybody, especially, you know, if you're looking for something that you want to text often with. But this is a nice little Bluetooth friend thing. I wouldn't recommend taking calls without Bluetooth on it, because, you know, it's kind of hard to contort taking calls on it. It is a fairly handy phone to take with you on commutes and stuff like that, and it's sort of like a hidden spy gadget if you want to take pictures like that. So yeah, that is the G1 Watchphone, 1,699 pesos. It is fairly affordable if you want a new watch that can make a call. I'm Alex from technoclass.com. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, if you liked the video, please press the like button below. Add it to your favorites and or share it to your friends. If you got something to say, drop a comment in the comment box as well. Of course, more importantly, you should hit the subscribe button on top. This will keep you up to date with our new uploads and helps us out tremendously too. That's it guys, see you next video.